So Zhou Guanyu, very pleased to meet you today. We're here in the lead up to the British Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the weather. That's the first thing I have to say, because normally we have beautiful sunshine. We're now sat here at Bicester Heritage and I mean it's just started raining, it's cold. Does that favour you in any way this weekend?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter for me because I'm actually live in UK, so I'm based from UK, so I'm used to that weather already. Changing ball every single minute, and honestly, I think for the race itself, with a bit of changeable weather, it gives us a bit more opportunities. Yeah, let's see how the weather is. I'm sure it feels like it will be sunshine for the Grand Prix at least.
Yeah, of course. And we heard about this the other week, actually, because you were on talkSPORT and you talked about your time in Sheffield, I believe. So you've got some fond memories of living up north in the UK.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why we're here, because you've been looking at some of these amazing classic F1 cars, and we've got other types of racing cars here. And you'll see behind these very very subtly placed fuel cans here, because we're talking about Zero Fuels, which is one of your partners at Stake F1, Kick Sauber. And it's all the brainchild of Paddy Lowe, who's, you all know has got some serious F1 success behind him. How much, when you're driving the cars, I know obviously the thing about these fuels is you're not meant to notice the difference, which is great. How much is sustainability in your minds, and how conscious are you of making cleaner fuels and making the world better? Because it is such a message, especially with the new rules and your new targets for Formula One coming in soon.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's quite clear that like Formula One or motorsports in general, because obviously whatever the Formula One do as a category, the Federer series is going to be followed. So I think it's good for us to have a great, let's say, benchmark, and I'm happy, of course, especially in 2026, for sustainable fuel and also all this introduction into motorsports, which is completely new and is apply a lot of work, and exactly together with the brand like Zero. All this fuel is made with air and water, which is massive, how clever it is, the technology-wise, to make things like that happening in the world, just helping more greens and all that. And I'm happy to take on board. And today, obviously, we're at the little test track they have. Just try the normal road car with their fuel, and seems to be without notice any difference. So.
It is weird, isn't it? Because normally when you make a jump in technology, you notice a difference. If they change your car, they bring you upgrades, you notice. With this, the whole point is you don't notice. So it must be they're doing something right when you don't notice the difference. But also when you see Damon Hill here, Formula One world champion 1996, alongside Paddy Lowe, you know that it must be the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what the trend, the world is heading. That's the trend motorsports is following. It's very clear. We want to be racing with the same culture that we have with all the engines. The cool thing about motorsport is you have the world's quickest engines that you have applied on Formula One cars, over 100 horsepower, and also on the acceleration, it's so fast. And also, in general, when you change fuel like that, when you don't make any difference, which you keep the DNA inside of Formula One identical, which is what drivers really like.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about the acceleration, and we talk about the fact we're here in the UK. We have Silverstone coming up. Obviously, you went back there last year for the first time since the big crash.
Yeah.
Do you ever get a little bit of a flashback when you're going back there? Because it was such a big incident, and it was, for a lot of people watching there, it was, there were so many people there because it was in front of that grandstand on that corner. Do you ever, get a sort of memory come back to you straight away as soon as you get here on a race week?
Actually not, because last year was a weird one, because last year when I come to Silverstone for the Grand Prix, all I wanted for that lap one is to get through that turn one and then to finish my first Grand Prix, because obviously my first time here in the Grand Prix I didn't finish. But honestly, I try to kind of getting out of my mind what happened. That's such a big incident that I was involved with, and I'm just so grateful with the safety improved, and things really saved me was the halo. And then I love Silverstone. I love the track itself. It's really flowing. It's the layout, and the fans are super passionate about motorsports. So I just really looking forward to come every weekend. But when I'm actually at the track, you don't think about all the negativities. You just think about, we love to driving around the tracks, and it's just really cool to be out there.
I think one of the positive things that came of that was George Russell was came over to make sure you were okay. How did that change your relationship with George? Because I'm sure you may have raced before previously.
We raced only 1 year. It was like my first year in F3. He was like second year. I knew him For a long time now, we actually was in the same karting team,
right,
which was based in Sheffield, the Strawberry Racing from Tonica back in the days, in different generation, of course. So I knew him already, but it's just really grateful to have such a sportsman like he was able to do. Not because I think we're just friends, the way that, of course, he was involved in the incident, and then he jumped out of the car to making sure I was okay, to keep an eye on myself and to helping, the instructions, the medical teams to get over there as quick as possible. So I just, for me, it's just a really warm feeling, and just being grateful to fighting on track the hardest we can against all the opponents, but also, having a huge respect among each other. Very
quickly, because we've got to wrap, what's achievable this weekend from you and Valtteri?
It's been a quite tough season with up and downs, but I think the track layout compared to Barcelona, where we seem to pick up a bit of pace, is similar circumstance. So hopefully that we can fight in closer to the point, and then once things happening ahead, we can take this opportunity. So we need to focus on other things to make sure we don't do mistake, making every single detail count.
Okay, well, best luck this weekend. Thanks for finding some time, and hopefully the weather improves.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.